it's so hard because, everybody says, the customer dominates on the web and we need to be customer centric. But it's really hard to be customer centric because the customer is a stranger, right? The customer is an outsider, right? And what we end up doing is we create websites for ourselves, or our peers, or our bosses, or to impress our manager. Or look at what I can do. I did this big flash intro. I'm really clever. Look at all the clever stuff I did. So it's so much easier to be organization centric because you go to lunch with your peers who are around you and your manager. So it's very difficult to be customer centric because the customer is a stranger. The customer, you don't see the customer on the web, and that's another problem. If you were running a little restaurant or a shop, you would see the customer coming in every day. But the web is this cold space. You never actually see the experiences. So there's no chance to develop empathy for your customer because you never see them. Oh, they're having a terrible time searching, but you don't see them having that terrible time because they're in Texas or London or Dublin initiating that search. You're not sitting beside them. They're not walking into the canteen and saying, God, I had a terrible experience searching on that Cisco website. You don't hear the customer. You don't see the customer. You don't feel the customer. So the customer doesn't exist. So that's why it's so hard, because web teams are in these cocoons. Right? They exist within the organization in cocoons, and they rarely are in touch with their customers. So therefore it's extremely difficult to create a customer-centric website when you don't have a feel for your customer. So we have to get out of our cocoons, and whatever way we do it, whether it's reading blogs of customers, taking support calls once a week, we gotta find a way to get in touch with our customer. When we get to see the world from the customer's point of view, then it all seems to make incredible sense. But when we come into our offices, and we're surrounded by other people who aren't in touch with the customer, it's so easy to get drift and to create these things that we think are great, but they don't work for our customers.